Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Digital Dots Live, and we're going to be talking about what's stopping you from creating video. This is a live Q&A, and I'm live streaming on my YouTube channel, my LinkedIn account, my Twitter and my Facebook account. So do come and join me in the conversation, as we've got lots and lots to cover today, and I'm super excited about this. So what's been happening in your world? Well, in mine, I've just got over a week of isolation from having COVID, so I'm feeling much better. So this is the postponed episode 14, which should have gone out last Tuesday, and it is now going out this Tuesday, which is super cool. So we're going to be talking about what's stopping you from creating video, and the conversation is going to be mapping around like the different types, and then also what's sort of stopping you. And I've got this agenda that we're going to work through. So I'm hoping that if you've got any questions, then do let me know. And if not, that's perfectly fine. If you're watching the replay, drop that replay hashtag in and we will go through what's going on. So let's talk about the different types of video first, because you may be actually creating some type of video, but you may not be creating all the different types of video, and that's perfectly okay. We just want to see what type of video and what's sort of like holding you back from creating video. So the topic of conversation is what's stopping. And if we can just, let's go through the captions. So I've got some different things prepared for you, and we're going to go through with the different types. So let's talk about short video first of all. So what is short video, and why do you think people aren't creating short video, for example? So short video, I've just got my iPad out so that I can actually get my LinkedIn chat up if anybody puts anything in there, because then I can check out what's going on. Let me just delete this bit so that I can get this over. Okay, perfect. So short video is video that is under 60 seconds. So most of us know that as, say, like Instagram Reels, or maybe TikToks, or videos on Snapchat or YouTube Shorts. So what I've done is I've got my phone up, and I'm going to share with you what a short video is. So I'm just going to switch scenes because I'm using this cool software from Wave.video, and you can see that I have my mobile phone up on the screen. Now, what happens with short video is that it's video that is under 60 seconds. And what happens with it is that the trend as such is, or most entrepreneurs think that the trend is that you have to dance, that you have to do like silly things. But really what you've got to do is you've just got to give value that connects with your audience. And if you can do that in however you want to do it, then that's going to work really well. So if you look at the reels that I've done so far, you can see that I've got these ones here. But on Instagram, there is like this reels flow where you can go through and look at these short reels that happen. So these are short videos that you can actually watch. And depending on what your target audience is, or who your target audience is, you can just go through and watch all these different types of short videos. Now, they're all the videos that are under 60 seconds. Now, I've also got videos up on YouTube that are short videos as well. So this is my YouTube channel, and if we have a little look here, you can see if I scroll down that there's this area called shorts. So there's the shorts here. And what shorts do is that they actually are short videos, but they're on YouTube. So the reason that I'm showing you these is because I want you to understand that if you create a short video, then you can repurpose it to lots of different places. And the first step to creating short video, of course, is to actually be on video. And that's what causes a lot of the sort of issues regarding like how to actually be on video. So another type of video is long video. So long form video is video that's longer than 60 seconds. So it could be a minute and a half, 2 minutes, but it could also be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour and a half. And those long videos are like either pre-recorded videos that you might do maybe using your pre-recording software, or it could be a live stream like what I'm doing today. Whatever or however you want to, like the different types of video, there are lots of things that stop people from being on video. And I did recently a poll on Twitter, and I'm going to show you the answers to that because it was quite interesting, some of the answers to that. So let me just flick over to that one and I'll show you. So this is the poll that I did recently. Now, it's not like a massive amount of votes, but I had 14 votes on it. And what happened was that the biggest one was your own voice was stopping you. So what's stopping you from creating video? Would love to hear what's holding you back. Hit reply if not in the poll option. So here I've got your own voice is 42.9. Tech was the next option, which was 28.6. And content was the third option, which was 21.4%. And then where to put video wasn't so much of a problem for people. So the main ones were self-critiquing. So this is probably the one that stops most people. And your own voice is just one aspect of it. So in other words, what do you sound like? Does listening to yourself on a replay stop you from actually being on video? And if it does, then, how can you get over that? And that's to do with confidence and sometimes the setup, so that you've got everything in order and you're more relaxed, and then you can just get used to listening to your own voice. A lot of entrepreneurs who, you might have been in the corporate world talking to hundreds of people in a real life situation, but actually being on video, sitting in front of your desktop, talking to yourself in a way, that stops you from creating video. And it's just trying to move past those stumbling blocks to help you to sort of push through that. So it was really interesting, this little poll that I did, that it was your own voice stopping you from doing it. And then your own voice is not only what you sound like, but it's also the voice in your head, like what's happening in your head, what's stopping you from, in yourself, what's stopping you from doing things. So we looked at those things, were quite interesting, and also what you look like on camera might be stopping you. Another one that we looked at is it the tech, or even maybe the editing? So once you've actually done a video, how do you make that video how you want it to be, so that when you share it, it flows? Let's have a little drink. So if you do have anything, any questions, do drop them in the chat and I will get back to you. And of course, if you're on replay, if you have any questions. Another area that was brought up was that you weren't sure how to start video, in other words, what the script was. How do you actually find the content that you want to share? Are you confident on camera? Like I said just now, some of you may have been presenting in real life to hundreds of people, or in a boardroom, or holding, business meetings, and it never bothered you. But actually sitting in front of the camera and actually talking to an audience without the audience being there can be something that a lot of you find really difficult. And that's the sort of thing that you can get over by practicing on camera, maybe using Zoom or your live streaming tool when you're not live, pretending that someone's on the other side of the camera. That's often what I tell people, is that if you pretend that your best friend is standing on the other side of the camera when you're recording your videos, you suddenly get into a conversation rather than waiting for people to, get back to you. So if you can have a conversation with somebody, that really helps as well. So if you're stuck for ideas, as one of the polls was the content, I do have 26 video ideas that you can grab hold of. If you want those, just type in the word video into the comments and I will send you the link to get that. And if you're on Facebook, you should meet my messenger bot called Dot. and she will sort that out for you. Now, wanted to just go over some of the big issues. One of the issues that came up was the tech. Like, what tech do I use to actually go live? So what tech can I use to go live, and how easy is it to get my hands on those sorts of things? So here's an example. If you're going to go and create a video for your channel, if it's a short video, then you can use a tool such as your mobile phone. That's all you need. Some earpods and some good light. So if you know that you're going to do a video, either do it with the window facing you, or you can use the lights that I've got. So if we look at my tech stack, so this is like my mobile phone, and I've got it on this little tripod. So I can have this upright like this, or I can have it sideways. So if I wanted to do a portrait, like a landscape video recording of myself, I can use this. And that's quite cool, because some of my videos that I've done for my YouTube channel, or for my Reels or anything like that, or TikTok or anything like that, I've done on my mobile phone, and I've edited it on my mobile phone using software called InShot. Now, if I was to do a video of, say, like some of the things that I'm doing, like for instance my live stream, I would do it on my desktop, and for that I would use either, I'm using Wave.video today to do my live stream, and I can show you behind the scenes of that in a second. And you could use Zoom to do recordings of a video that you want to use. So some of the things that you might want to actually use. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my mobile phone and put the camera on, and I'm going to show you. So I'm going to switch to this scene here, and I'm going to just put my camera on so that you can see. So here is a light that I've got. So this is a desktop light that's attached to my desk here, and this one I can dim and like make it brighter or darker. That's quite useful. And of course it comes with this thing that you can make up and down. That's quite handy. Now, if I was to do a mobile version of that, I could use this sort of style. So this is one that I take away with me. So this is a sort of one that I take, and I can sit this on the desk if I'm doing a live stream on my phone and I need a little bit more light. That plugs into a USB, so you could plug that into the side of your laptop if you wanted to, or take a plug. Another one is that you can get a little light that clips on the top of your mobile phone. That's also something that you can do. Then if we look at cameras, if you're working from home, I've got this one, which is the Logitech Stream Cam. So it's a small little one like this, and it comes at the top of my desktop. But I've also got the camera that my desktop has. That's that small little hole there. That's the camera that comes with my desktop. And of course you can have a big camera if you wanted to, like a digital camera if you want, but I just use my Logitech, and I've done most of my videos using my Logitech, and it seems to work really well. So that's the sort of cameras that you can use. And then if I go back to here, this is what I'm currently using, which is the blue Snowball as such. But you can use like one on an arm. So I haven't got this plugged in so I can move it around. So this is my my blue Yeti, and you can obviously have it down. This is one that goes sort of like here when you're talking. But you can use earpods. So like any of the earpods that have got ears and microphone on, you can have plug-in ones. You can have ones that go over your ears, as long as it's got like a earphone and a plug for the voice, then that's perfectly fine. You can obviously adjust things, like the webcam's actually got a microphone built in as well, so you could use that as well. So those are the sorts of things that you could use for like to make things easy. So we went over the cameras. So mobile phone, if you're out and about or you feel happier on your mobile phone, just use your mobile phone. That's not a problem. If you have a digital camera and it's connected to your desktop, that's fine. Or use a webcam that you can use. And of course you can use your built-in one. microphone, so it's earphones, microphone, earpods, lights. We went over the Elgato. You can also jazz up the background. I've just got this, that light over there is from IKEA, and then I just got a cheap bulb. So this bulb here is one that it just plugs in, and it comes with a little remote control like this, so you can change the color and things. Sometimes that gives a little bit of ambience, a little bit of, you know, different to your background if you wanted to. So that's the lights. And then the live streaming software, I promised you that I would show you the live streaming software. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to get a new screen up, and I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'll bring up the actual screen that we're on now. So let me just bring that one up, and you'll be able to see that. So I'm going to put that on the screen. I'm just going to get that ready so that it's not too overwhelming. I'm just going to put me on here. So this one here, so I'm going to switch to this. So this is the software that I'm using. So this is Wave.video's new live streaming tool. So this infinity window here is because you can see my screen. But as you can see, what happens in here is that it gives you the opportunity to set it up beforehand. And what I did with my live streaming, so that this is to help you get over that barrier about creating video, is that I have this system in place. So, you know, like most people say, oh, you need a script to do live streams, or you need a script to do a pre-recorded video. I use bullet points, and those bullet points I've put in here on my screen. You see here, let me just get this little marker. So I use like bullet points. So here, what I've done is I've put all my bullet points to my live, to what I'm talking about today, as captions. And then you can see those captions when I click on them. So if I just get rid of those and do this bit, I can like click on any of these ones here to get it to show up on the screen. So if I just take this off, and I like, say like if I just click here, you can see that it comes up on the screen. And this helps me to keep track of what I'm doing. You can also see that there's a chat now. So when I click on here, it shows me who's joined. So Ria's just joined you. What make would you recommend for your webcam and mic for Zoom also? Please let me know. So that's so that I can like chit chat to people that on the stream. So Ria, I've got a Logitech webcam. So that's the one that I'm using now. So if I just quickly flick to my other scene, you can see this is my Logitech webcam, and it's just small, sits on the top of my screen, and that's really good. Logitech's a really good brand for webcams. They're not that expensive either, so they're quite good price. It also comes with a built-in microphone, so you could just use your Logitech, but I use the Blue Snowball. So this one I know is about £50, £55. This one here, it's got a little stand, and of course it's a perfect one to start off with. But if you wanted to sort of like have earpods, or ones that have got like earpods with a microphone, they're perfectly fine as well. And for Zoom also. So Zoom, you use the same camera. So I use my Logitech for Zoom as well. So if I were to open up my Zoom, if I just open up my Zoom on a new window, I'll show you, I'll share my screen with Zoom. So if I just get a new scene up. So this is, I'll show you this actually. Let me just get this up. So while I'm showing you this, Ria, this is the live streaming tool that I'm using. And this is a new scene down here that I can edit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add me to the screen. And then what I'm going to also do is I'm going to get a new window. Let me just take one off. Let me just take this one off. Move that one. So if I get this one up, which is the Zoom window, and if I add that to my screen and then I show you this. So now this is my Zoom. So as you can see, this is Zoom here. And what Zoom's done, it's probably going to get confused because I've got lots of windows open now. But with Zoom, what I've got is I've got the same Logitech. So here you can see that I've got the Logitech Stream Cam. So I could use my FaceTime one here just for Zoom, and that's a different camera. So that's just makes me look a bit different. But that's my inbuilt camera compared to my Logitech one. And Zoom, you can use the audio as well. You see, I can choose to use the audio from within my computer, or I can use the audio from my Snowball and things like that. So that's how easy it is for you to do those sorts of things. So that's another option, you know. So that's, you use the same webcam for all of your, whether you're pre-recording stuff or you're not pre-recording. And if you wanted to use your mobile phone as a camera, you can use your mobile phone as a camera as well. And I've got like my iPhone. So I hope that helps you answer those questions, Ria. So webcams, I would use a Logitech one, and there's quite a few different ones, but obviously you just go for one that's within your price bracket as well. Some of them have built-in microphones, which are really useful. That's why you don't have to like use lots of different ones. I've used Logitech all the way through. I've got the 9201, and then I've got this one. And then, of course, Zoom is great for pre-recording. Some live streaming tools will allow you to pre-record as well. So if you do have access to a live streaming tool and you use that as your pre-recorded, you can do that. So like for instance, with my Wave.video, if I didn't want to do a live, I could actually use this as a just to record inside. You could also do that with a lot of the live streaming tools, such as StreamYard and Restream and Ecamm. All of those ones allow you to pre-record. You can, of course, then use Zoom or Microsoft Teams. Any of those things can do it. So that's quite good. So this is how I like prepare my live. So, and you can do this same system for preparing when you're doing a pre-recorded video for your own, whatever you're doing your video on. So you can do all of your captions along here. And if you don't have, like if you're pre-recording in Zoom, you can either, what I do is I put my notes up on the screen and have my bullet points on my notes, and I have those next to my Zoom window so that I can see those. So you're always looking at your camera, which is quite good. And in here, it's quite cool because you have like the option to add all these like videos in. You've got all these really cool noises. So you can do those sorts of things. You can have lots of different gongs. You can have crowds cheering. So lots of really cool features inside of Wave, which helps you to create your video. And you can use this to pre-record as well. And of course, you can do lots of different things with it. So that's, you know, that's how easy like the tech stack is. I'm just going to check out. So we've got a few other people, which is great. I've listened to my video from my class. Didn't sound good. Buying one tonight, Amazon. I hope I'll find one. Yeah. So Ria, I've got a shop on Amazon that you can use to find that. So let me just grab you the link. It gives you like the mobile options and the in-house options that I use. So here is the shop address for you. So I'm going to put that into the chat because you're on Facebook, aren't you? So I'm going to put that in. Let me just see if I can, I don't know where to put that. Okay, so let me just go into Facebook and add that in for you. Let me just grab that up now. And let me give you the link to that, because then you can have a little look and find out if that helps you. So let me see. Where are you watching me? Okay, so here you go. So there's the Amazon shop, Ria. So you can get the Amazon shop up and you can have a little look. That gives you some, so if I show that on the stream, that's the shop there. That will enable you to have a little look. So if I show you the shop, here. So I just show that on the screen with me. So here's the shop, and I've got listed the live streaming for your home and also live streaming on the go. So that will help you to actually, so at home, if you're using your webcam, it will show you like, here's the stream cam that I'm using at the moment. So this is £78. There's also this Logitech one here, which is 69. So those are the two that you could look at. Here's the snowball, different colors. That's 54. And then there's some of the lights that I use. So this is quite useful. I've got this desk stand as well. So you can have a little look there and see what you think. And then this is what I use on the go. So this is that little light that I was talking about. This is really cool. If you're out and about, you can put it on your phone. It looks like that on your phone, which is quite cool. So there's lots of different choices. So have a little look in here. That will help you make the decision, and you can then just see, you know, which one is more suitable for your budget. So I've got 2 categories that you can have a little look at. So hopefully that will help you with your choice. I wish I had your tech skills. Oh, but you will have them, because if you keep watching my lives and you pick up little tips and tricks like that, that's how you're going to get the same tech level. Once you've got them and you know that you've got all the things that you need, like your webcam and your microphone and things like that, then, you know, you'll be perfect, like you say. You see? Just keep practicing with the same equipment, get very familiar with it, and you'll suddenly start to work out, and it will work out for you. So don't think that you can't do it, because you've done really well, because you're doing videos of what you're doing. And yeah, the sound might not be good. So for you, if you're doing a class, so you said here, listen to my video from my class and didn't sound very good. So what you could do is you could get a earphone, so like a Bluetooth one that you can talk into while you're doing your class, and you link that to your Zoom, and that will pick up that microphone for you. So if you've got, say, like earpods in, you choose that. So if you were in Zoom, you choose that as your option. So if I was to just bring up Zoom again for you, what you do then is let me just get Zoom back up for you here. What you do is you choose down here on the left, you choose which microphone you want to use. So if you've got earpods in and you've connected them to your device by Bluetooth, it will show those earphones in here as your microphone. So if you choose those, then it will pick up the sound better, especially if you're a little bit away from your screen. You'll be able to do that. So that's something that you could think about. And I've got this like false screen behind me. So that's, if you like, you can turn that off. That's in the virtual settings. So you don't need to have that on. You can have a blur if you want, but I don't like them. So you can, you know, obviously in your studio, it doesn't matter, but your audio, you can test it beforehand. So if you wanted to test it, you can test it as well. So all those things really help you to do things. Sorry, I just realized I wasn't sharing the screen. So here, if you go down to the microphone option down here, if you've got Bluetooth earpods in, then you can select those to be your speaker, and those will really help you to actually pick up the sound better. And that's a really good way of you doing it. And also, I don't think it's even showing that, but you can actually test it as well. So that's something that you could perhaps think about doing. So have a little think about doing that, which is cool. Okay, so what we've done today is we've talked about what might be stopping you from doing videos. I'm hoping that I've gone over a few things with you today, and I've made it a little bit clearer for you, so that you can, you know, so that it's a bit easier for you to actually have a go at doing and see whether that makes any difference. Let me just turn that one off. Yeah, okay, that's really good. I know how to do this. Yeah, so that's good. So just check that. Try the earpods, because that will really make a difference. If you've got them very close to your mouth when you're doing your classes, it's going to pick that up. So just remember to tell Zoom that you want Zoom to use your earpods and your speaker in your earpods when you're doing your classes, and it will pick up the volume from you. Okay, so I'm going to call it quits now. It's past. We've been on for half an hour. If you're watching the replay of this and you have a question, like Ria's had some questions, if you're watching the replay and you have questions, then do just leave them in the comments. Just say replay and then put your question in, and I will get back to you. So this is on my YouTube channel, it's on LinkedIn, it's on lots of different platforms. So if you're watching it, wherever you're watching it, and you have a question, just drop them into the comments area and I will check back and get a question. And if you want a copy of my 26 video ideas to help you get started, then just type in the word video in capitals into the comments and I will definitely get that to you as well. Okay, so thank you all for joining me today. Thank you, Ria, for joining me and your wonderful questions. And I will see you next week for Digital Dots Live. See you later.